or film or television?
I would actually say it's actually more important as a producer that you be able to properly task, but also multitask. When you're sitting down and sort of looking at, and this actually is common sort of regardless of industry, you're really sort of looking at, I'll say, a project and not just the team around the project, but where you actually want to go. Every single project will actually be different, and your plan will require lots of adaptation, no matter what sort of, no matter how much experience you actually have. Being able to really sit down and address that first, and being able to come up with contingencies. What happens if this goes wrong? What happens if the first 40 things I plan go wrong? Go from there. You have to be able to do strategy, all that. So, if you're saying, hey, what should I study in school? Study something else. like you do not learn how to be a producer by studying in school. You learn how to be a producer by focusing on one area and radiating your knowledge out from that particular area until you've built it up all the way through. One of my mentors, who's long retired, happy retired at this point. He always basically would say the very first rule is if you are not prepared to actually deal with help, don't fucking offer.
Okay, yeah.
So that's the bottom line. It's like, all right, if we can do it, we are signing up for it, let's go. And really being able to understand team dynamics and everything. I can talk about that literally all day, but I feel like for younger folks that are looking at actually getting in the field, it's much more important to have both. So, do you have to go to school? Does it help? Yes, it helps a bit. It helps immensely. But the path in can be different for anybody. There are friends of mine who did go to school, friends of mine who didn't go to school. There are friends of mine who transitioned from being focused on social stuff. I want to go be a producer. So making that transition, general education, and frankly, just a lot of hard work.
I think it's a very different process than that, I think that's, so we're the developer, so we're coming up with ideas and how do we realize these characters in a way that, I think that's where it comes from, right? The genesis of the idea, it can come from anywhere, but can we realize these characters into the game in a way that makes the character play the way we think they should play? And then from there, if we can do that, we're looking at what is available, can we actually do it? And so far, it's almost always yes. It's it's been pretty awesome. It's we just go, okay, we're gonna do this crazy thing. And the thing is, they're entrusting us, and that's a lot of responsibility, right? To make sure that these characters behave the way that they think they should behave. So it's a collaborative process where we work with WB and IP holder of these specific characters, right? And make sure that they're realized in the correct way. And so, example I always use is Tom and Jerry, right? Tom and Jerry in a fighting game, how they actually behave. Whereas, if you actually understand, Tom and Jerry don't care about anybody else; they just care about each other. So the whole time, Tom and Jerry are just chasing each other in our game. So they're a dual character, but the characters don't care about anybody else. So all their attacks are directed at each other and not anybody else. And what's happening is collateral damage to everybody else. So that's the genesis of the idea, and can we realize that from a technical standpoint, and then will IP holder WB Animation, for instance, let us do that, and that process has been awesome. And the fact that we can bring that character to reality and playing the character, playing the way that we think that it should have played, has been a dream. And everyone just cares at the end of the day about the character being the character, and that's what everybody's shared goal is, right? So, oftentimes WB has made the character much better because they're offering suggestions from a viewpoint that's these are important to our fans, and we know our fans better than anybody else. Although we're massive fans of the characters, otherwise we wouldn't do this. So we're starting off with a really good place, and then they're upping the game, right? And then so at the end of the day, the character working with WB has been a dream. And it's better than if we had just gone this alone. So it's kind of,
that's amazing.
Yeah, if you look at the game itself, everything is kind of, there's a lot of history behind each of the characters. There's a lot of legwork. I mean, I always, I tell the team, like, a lot of the hard work's already been done. Like, we just need to make sure that's translated. So if you look at our trailer, cinematic trailer, like, Shaggy jumping into Batman's arms, that's a direct take from the 60s cartoon where they did a crossover, or 70s. And so a lot of, like, if you look at Wonder Woman's combo, if you look at the movie, there's like a lot of inspiration. The Wonder Woman live action movie that came out. There's a lot of inspiration there from that combo directly into the game. The poses, the expressiveness in the animations, right? The facial animations. A lot of the heavy lifting has already been done. And we want to realize that everything from the music to audio, like when Jerry dies, he plays the classic, Jerry, the Tom scream, and like, so all these things are, coming together to make the most authentic version of these characters, and that's what we want. Is like the most authentic version of these characters in this game, right? So,
thank you for making the dream of my childhood.
Yeah, I mean that's super satisfying. All the hard work that we do is because of that, right? So, yeah, I appreciate it.
I appreciate it.